Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sacred Freedom, Western Liberalist Ideologies in the Light of Islam, Hanif Oliver. Signs of the Creator's existence. To illustrate the necessary conclusion, a simple analogy can be drawn. Prosecutors are known to bring forward evidence such as DNA samples. DNA samples, footprints, and fingerprints to find people guilty of certain crimes that nobody has actually witnessed. Just as with footprints in the ground point to the fact that the person had once walked in that place, examining Allah's signs within his creational arrangement proves conclusively that every single thing that exists within the universe came about by a most wise creator. Indeed, one can come to this realization by turning to the created things and reflecting upon their nature in order to conclude that they did not come about by himself. Only one who possesses infinite knowledge and the capability to create will be able to bring the universe and all it contains into being, and to balance and administrate all of its affairs in such a stable manner. Allah invites mankind to reflect upon the creation and its sophistication in order to conclude that only a most wise and knowledgeable creator created them, and that as such, nothing deserves to be worshipped or served except him. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب. Verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of night and day, there are indeed signs for men of understanding. Surah 3 verse 190. Sheikh Abdul Razak Al-Abad, a contemporary academic, said, contemplate the night and day. Ainam, they are amongst the most amazing signs of Allah. See how He made the night for resting and as a covering in envelopes. The world causing the cessation of activities. Animals retire to their dwellings and the birds to their nest. The souls relax and take rest from the pains of their labor and fatigue until when the souls are reposed and have slept. They now look forward to their livelihood and its disposal. The splinter of the morning Salam brings forward the day, is army giving glad tidings of the coming of the morning. It vanquishes that darkness and tears it asunder, unveiling the darkness from the world. Thereafter the inhabitants are able to see. The animals then circulate about the land and proceed to manage their livelihood and welfare, and the birds depart from their nest, water returning and rising, which is so to indicate of Allah's capability to assemble the creation for the major return. Now ponder over the delicate and fine air that is held captive between the sky and the earth. It is sensed through feeling when it blows. Its substance is felt, but its form cannot be seen. It runs between the sky and the earth. The birds circle and fly in it, swimming with their wings just as the fish of the sea swim in water. Its sides and gusts collide against each other when in commotion, just as the waves of the ocean clash. Consider how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forms with this wind clouds that are held between the sky and the earth. The wind excites and the clouds, causing them to rise and become dense. Allah then combines the clouds together and merges them and drives them by the wind to the land in need of rain. And when they arise and ascend above the land, their water falls upon it. Allah dispatches the winds while the clouds are in the atmosphere. The winds scatter and separate the clouds so that they do not harm or destroy what they would if the water were to descend upon it all at once. Once the land takes its fill and need, the clouds leave off the land and disperse. Thus these clouds water the earth and are carried by the winds. The light of the day is also an astounding sign of a great creator. Dangerous, ultraviolet, and infrared radiation are highly absorbed by the earth's atmospheres, thus protecting mankind from being exposed to and harmed by them. In contrast, sunlight that is necessary for mankind's existence is allowed to pass through the earth's atmosphere. Is this an accident? If the sun were any closer to the earth, heat and radiation will destroy us. And conversely, if the sun were any further from the earth, all life will cease. An incredibly complex equilibrium is constantly maintained in all affairs, and amazingly, the laws that govern this equilibrium maintain the same unity throughout the whole universe. Could this possibly have occurred through a process of random self-assembly? Those who believe in chance concede that it's something which is not by nature ordered. So once this is understood, the following question must be asked: how could something that is by nature or disordered constantly create order? This is a scientific impossibility. Hence, it must be concluded that not only has a creator created our universe, but that he also continually administrating it always inspiring affairs.